The year is 75 BC. The Roman Republic is tearing itself apart. But out on the Mediterranean Sea, a different threat rules the waves: pirates. They are the scourge of the ancient world. They kidnap senators, sack temples, and disrupt grain shipments. Nobody is safe. Not even a 25-year-old nobleman named Julius Caesar. Most history books tell you about Caesar the conqueror. They tell you about the wars in Gaul or his death in the Senate. But today, we are talking about a younger Caesar. We are looking at the moment that defined his ego forever. This is the story of the time Caesar was kidnapped. It is the story of how he insulted his captors. And it is the story of a very bloody promise. Let us set the scene. Caesar is not yet the dictator of Rome. He is a young aristocrat on the run from political enemies. He decides to travel to Rhodes to study oratory. Oratory is the art of public speaking. He wants to improve his voice and his rhetoric, but he never makes it to class. Near the island of Pharmacusa, disaster strikes. Cilician pirates swarm his vessel. These are not Hollywood pirates with parrots and peg legs. These are organized, brutal maritime gangs. They pull Caesar off his ship and drag him to their hideout. They know they have captured a noble. They can tell by his purple-bordered toga. So they decide to hold him for ransom. This was a standard business practice in the ancient world. Rich Romans paid up, and the pirates let them go. It was supposed to be a simple transaction, but they had no idea who was sitting in their brig. The pirate captain sits Caesar down. He names his price. He demands 20 talents of silver for Caesar's life. Now, we need to understand the value of a talent. 1 talent of silver was roughly the weight of a man. 20 talents is a massive fortune. In today's money, we are talking millions of dollars. Most prisoners would beg for a lower price. Most men would cry that their families could not afford it. Caesar does the opposite. He starts laughing. He looks the pirate captain in the eye. He tells them they have no clue who they have captured. 20 talents, he scoffs. That is an insult to someone of my status. Caesar demands they raise the ransom. He tells them to ask for 50 talents instead. That is roughly 1.5 tons of silver. The pirates are confused, but they are not going to say no to more money. They agree to the higher price. Caesar sends his entourage away to different cities to raise the cash, and then the waiting game begins. Caesar is stuck on the island for 38 days. He has only a physician and 2 servants with him. You might expect him to be terrified. You might expect him to cower in a corner. But Caesar treats the pirate hideout like his own private hotel. He treats the pirates like his personal bodyguards. When he wants to nap, he sends a servant to hush them. He orders the terrifying sea bandits to keep it down. And amazingly, they listen. He joins in their athletic games. He races them and wrestles with them. But he never acts like an equal. He acts like their leader. He writes poems and speeches during the day. At night, he forces the pirates to listen to his work. Imagine a captive audience, quite literally. If the pirates do not clap or cheer enough, Caesar gets angry. He calls them illiterate savages to their faces. He berates their lack of culture. The pirates find this hilarious. They think he is a charming, eccentric rich kid. They have no idea that the shark is in the tank with them. The dynamic on the island becomes very strange. Caesar is bossing around armed killers. He creates a bond with them, but there is a dark undercurrent to his jokes. Often, Caesar would smile at them and make a threat. He would say, "When I am free, I will return." He would say, "I will find you and I will crucify you all." The pirates would roar with laughter. They thought it was just banter. They thought he was joking about Roman justice. But Caesar was not known for his sense of humor. He was known for his absolute memory. He was memorizing their faces. He was counting their ships. He was mapping their hideout in his mind. He was waiting for the silver to arrive. Finally, the money arrives. 50 talents of silver are delivered to the island. The pirates are ecstatic. They are rich beyond their wildest dreams. They uphold their end of the bargain. They release Caesar on the shore of Milet. They wave goodbye to their funny Roman friend. They probably planned to throw a massive party. They expected Caesar to run home to Rome. They expected him to kiss the ground and count his blessings. That's what a normal person would do. But Caesar goes straight to the docks in Milet. He is technically a private citizen. He has no military command. He has no official authority to raise an army. He doesn't care. He uses his name and his connections to borrow ships. He gathers a band of mercenaries and soldiers. It hasn't even been a week since he left the pirates. He turns his new fleet around. He sails right back to Pharmacusa. The pirates are still there. They are drunk on victory and wine. They never expected the boy to return. Caesar attacks immediately. It is not even a contest. He captures almost the entire pirate fleet. He recovers his 50 talents of silver. He also seizes all their other loot. He drags the pirates in chains to the city of Pergamum. He throws them in prison. But the story does not end here. Caesar goes to the Roman governor of Asia. He demands the pirates be executed. The governor, however, is greedy. He looks at the wealthy pirates and sees dollar signs. He wants to sell them as slaves to make money. He tells Caesar to wait. He says he will look into the case later. Caesar is furious. He takes matters into his own hands. He marches back to the prison. He ignores the governor's orders. He orders the pirates to be taken out. He had promised them he would crucify them, and Julius Caesar always kept his word. Every single pirate from the island is crucified. However, history notes one small detail. It is a detail of mercy. Caesar admitted that the pirates had treated him well. They had fed him and let him sleep. So he decided to spare them the worst pain. Crucifixion can kill you for days. It's a slow, agonizing suffocation. Caesar ordered their throats to be slit first. He killed them quickly, then hung their bodies up. It was a grim warning to anyone watching. Do not touch Caesar. Do not underestimate Caesar, and never, ever undercharge him. This event became a legend in Rome. It proved that Caesar was made of different stuff. He turned a kidnapping into a victory. He turned a ransom into a profit. He acted with the authority of a king before he was even a consul. The pirates thought they caught a rich victim. They realized too late that they had caught a wolf. 50 talents was a high price to pay, but the cost of crossing Caesar was always higher.